Hello world, I'm Dr. Ed Saraf, and I'm coming to you with an expanded and straight fact message regarding coronavirus. I know we're all going through a really hard time right now, and we get bombarded by so much information from the news. So I really want you to just see it possibly a different way. So let's see what we know right now. So number one, we know that coronavirus started around December 31st in Wuhan, China, and has now spread around the world, and that's what we call a pandemic. We also know that it can affect every age group, but thank God the younger folks seem to be much more resistant to it. About 80% of people, based on the World Health Organization, are either have mild symptoms or they're asymptomatic. So who do we have to take care of? Immunocompromised and immunosensitive people, and older folks who can have the more serious side effects. Right now, it's estimated that about 10 to 15% of 85-year-old and older can have detrimental effects by this. But it's very interesting because if we look at statistics a different way, those statistics can be deceiving. And I really want to take some past historical data from measles to give you some different perspective on this. According to the CDC, an estimated 400,000 people were diagnosed and hospitalized per year with measles, and approximately 400 died from complications, hence the widely reported 1 in 1,000 death rate. But because 90% of measles cases were mild and people never sought care or hospitalized, these cases were not reported in the death rate statistics. A bit similar to corona, huh? The CDC estimated that approximately 4 million people were sick at any given time at that time. If we add all these individuals, we can get a true death rate. So take the total number of 4 million and divide it by 400 deaths, which would be the actual death rate in 1 in 10,000. That's similar to dying from accidental gun discharge of about 1 in 9,000, electrocution, radiation, extreme temperatures, which is 1 in 12,000. Something similar may be happening with corona. If approximately 80% of people are not hospitalized and stay home, then all these infections are not counted because we are not testing these people. If we do, then the death rate will plummet. But right now, we are in the middle of this pandemic, so it's hard to deal with that uncertainty, which leads to fear, especially when we are bombarded with the news of death and mayhem. We need to really learn from our past experiences to battle this. Winston Churchill once said, "Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it." So what lessons can we learn from the past to help this current pandemic? Number one, we can learn that to decrease the risk of any infectious disease before even vaccinations were available, the most important thing to do is go back to the basics. Wash your hands properly, social distancing, and clean our environment. Number two, if you want to survive from an illness, the most important thing is to take care of ourselves. Great nutrition, good mind, body, soul connection. Look, if we all do what we should be doing, then 99.9% of the population will survive this pandemic. And there's a lot of other things in the future that can come that could be much worse. So how can we take this negative and make it a positive? In order to be able to do that, we will have to work together regardless of what country we come from, regardless of borders, because this virus couldn't care less. Doesn't matter what religion you are, what ethnicity, what race or gender. We need to cooperate and coordinate together, hand in hand, because we may not be lucky next time. As we get over this, let's use this opportunity to change ourselves, to unite and change the world. I love the words of Martin Luther King. He said, "We must learn to live together as brothers or perish together as fools." Let's work together and let's use this opportunity to change the way we look at the world. I love you guys. From my heart to yours, with love and gratitude, Dr. Ed.